one comma, that's it. Only one comma.
Everybody got your phone? Okay.
I'm not gonna miss this.
Meeting called to order. This is the Borough of Oakland Council meeting, November 12th, 2024. Would the clerk please read the statement of compliance?
This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. The meeting will adjourn no later than 10 p.m. unless a majority of the council members that are present vote to extend the time.
All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Would the chief please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Be seated. Okay, would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilwoman Goffredo?
Here.
Councilman McCann? Councilman Pignatelli?
Here.
Councilman Saliani? Councilman Slasinski?
Here.
Councilman Talamini?
here.
I move to excuse Councilman Saliani and Councilman McCann.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, at this time, we are going to swear in a new firefighter, Zachary Fassett. At this time, we'd like to invite Zachary to come forward and his family. Let me get the Bible for you. Who's holding it? Yeah, sure. You ready? Raise your- All right, before we get started, I guess, Brian, why don't you introduce your son to everybody?
So this is Zach Fassett. I've been on the fire department for 15 plus years, and it's great to have him join.
So now we've got one of many father and sons joining the fire department. All right, ready? Raise your right hand. You're going to repeat after me. I, Zachary Fassett.
I, Zachary Fassett,
Hands on the Bible.
Hand on the Bible. Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will
and that I will
bear true faith
bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and the governments
and the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority
under the authority
of the people,
of the people,
and that I will
and that I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of the office of firefighter.
say it one more time,
That I will perform
that I will perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office
of the office
of firefighter
of firefighter
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Don't destroy the place. That's all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so it looks like the fire department wants to stay for the rest of the meeting, yes, no? No. All right, we'll take a quick 2-minute break, and if you guys can certainly let yourselves out.
Thank you.
I have several updates. Number one is the Patriots Way Bridge. I'm happy to report that the new gas line was installed this past Friday, so the new gas service is now hooked up across the bridge. They're still working on the water line. And the real big announcement for the people in the reserve, I know you've already been notified, is the fact that Verizon is coming in to install FiOS to all the residents of the reserve. So more information will be going out to the residents, but now you will have competition up there and you will have some good internet going forward into the future. On the Bush Plaza, the last electrical inspection was taking place last Friday. We're just waiting for Rockland to energize the park, and all our lights and our clock and everything should be ready to go hopefully this week, if all goes well. Does the engineer have any insight on that? How long do you think that would take?
I can't speak for Rockland, but we'll do our best to push them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, as you know, there's a lot of smoke in the area, and you know the wildfires are a bit of a problem here, including Pompton Lakes. I know there was a lot of concern in the neighborhood over the weekend with the smoke condition and the not knowing what was going on with the fire. Myself, OEM, and our fire chief did go out and meet with the command staff Saturday morning, and we did issue press release and updates on social media to keep people informed of the progress of the fire. And I was happy to let everybody know that it was contained at 2 o'clock on that Saturday. And also, the Borough of Oakland has been working with not only the Rockaway fire, but the West Milford fire that's currently taking place right now. And we have sent apparatus, and our firefighters have been up there for a couple tours of duty to help out with those fires. So this is a pretty serious situation that's taking place. So remember, we're still under a red flag warning, so no burning of anything outside. Veterans Day ceremony was yesterday. Very well attended by the veterans. It was a nice ceremony. It's really important to remember those that have served. And just to remind everybody, it's the 11th month, the 11th day at 11 o'clock. Takes place every year down at Veterans Park. I just want to congratulate Councilman Steve Saliani and our new Councilman-elect Caroline Rose. We had an election this past week, and you know, it's pretty amazing that I was talking to the clerk. The Borough of Oakland had a 74, almost 75% voter turnout this year. That's extraordinary, you know, for a presidential election. And you know, the people of Oakland really, our voices were heard both here locally, county level, and nationally. So I think we should all be proud of the fact that we had such a tremendous turnout here in Oakland.
Here, here.
And my last piece of news is this Saturday is going to be the last Oakland Market. That's taking place this Saturday down here by the library between the school, and they're going to be having live music. So that's really the end of my report. Okay, do we have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody wish to speak?
I wasn't quite sure I was going to say anything.
Okay, you don't have to. Okay.
I did have wondered what...
You have to
You have to
step
come up
to
if you're
the
gonna
podium if you're going to say. Your name and address.
My name's Nico Carlson. I live in 6 Geronimo Way here in Oakland. My concern was the election of President Trump, whether that'll have an effect or whether there's been any contact with Oakland or anything like that.
No,
Nope.
not that I know of.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
But then there's the ongoing conspiracy. I live in a house that's been wired for the neighborhood. I live in the Cayuga neighborhood in 6 Geronimo Way, and the houses around there have electronic rooms. And the house I'm living in was renovated 10, 15 years ago, where the wiring's also been tampered with. So I'm living in hell with communications, and I don't know how to describe it.
Thank you, Mr. Carlson.
So I was just wondering whether you could take into consideration the town judge and the police, since they live in the neighborhood and operate. And I've been told the judge is involved with electronic surveillance and to make a type of gauntlet. So if that could be inquired into, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr.
I have
Carlson.
no knowledge of that.
Mr. Carlson, if you would like to set up another meeting, I'll be glad to sit down with you.
Okay, okay. See, the thing is, I'm given certain information at different times.
Yeah, but we can talk.
Yeah, okay. All right, then I'll arrange that. I'll come by tomorrow at the municipal building and make an appointment.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
Do we have a motion to close?
So moved.
Second? Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're up to approval of minutes. We've got October 22nd, 2024. Do we have a motion to approve? Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Not seeing any? Roll call?
Councilwoman Gofredo?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Abstain.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes?
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Would the clerk just make note, let the record reflect that Ms. Councilman McCann walked in
Yes, I did
about
already. Mark.
5 minutes ago?
Yep,
Okay.
7:08.
7:08, very
I
good.
was still on your phone, by the way, the whole time. You didn't hang up on me, so
So you hung up on me?
I was in the meeting.
Okay. Okay. All right, so special announcements. We've got raffle license RL 1523 for the PTA of Midland Park Elementary School. They're holding a 50-50 to support the PTA programs at Holiday Bowl at Spruce Street in Oakland, New Jersey. We've got raffle license RL 1524 for Bergen Catholic Athletic Organization for a 50-50 on December 10th to support the Crusader Soccer Club at Portobello's at 155 Rampart Valley Road. We've got raffle license RL 1525 for the Valley Middle School PTO for a 50-50 on December 7th to support the Valley Middle School VMS. It's going to be held at VMS at 71 Oak Street.
Motion to approve all three?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Got a couple appointments here. I've got appointment for Access for All. These are 2 mayoral appointments. It's going to be for, what is it? What's her name?
Christina Morello.
Christina Morello, yeah, I'm sorry. For Christina Morello for the Access for All. And the other one is Sustainable New Jersey. We're going to appoint Christina Morello, Cindy Quetteris, and Theodore Elperpeck.
Motion to approve both appointments?
Those are mayoral appointments, not required.
I still concur.
We have also got two items here. Eagle Scout Project, signs along the Rampart Valley Road by Stephen Malazizia, and an Eagle Scout Project bat boxes at the library by Daniel Pelletz. I know it's all in our packet. I don't know if anybody has any issues or problems with that, if you're okay.
Are those mayoral appointments?
Those are for you guys.
These
Do I have a motion to approve the 2 Eagle Scout projects?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, very good. All right, we have the following resolutions. 24-310, authorized recreation refunds. 34-311, authorized tax refund for a veteran. We have 24-312, authorized water refund. 24-313, authorized tax refund. 24-314, authorized tax refund. 24-315, Chapter 159, Spotted Lanternfly Grant Program. 24-316, Chapter 159, CDBG Jerome Avenue Phase 2 Grant. 24-317, Chapter 159, BWG Grant. BWC Grant. 24-318, authorized budget transfer. 24-319, authorized purchase for a new bucket truck for the DPW. 24-320, authorized shared services agreement with Wyckoff, Oakland, and Franklin Lakes DPWs. 24-321, amend Boswell Engineering Water and Sewer General Engineering Contract. 24-322, authorized contract to Boswell Engineering for environmental services on flood property buyouts phases 2 and 3. And 24-323, authorized grant submittal community forest management plan. Does anybody wish any to be pulled out?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes.
24-315.
315,
319 also.
319? Anybody else? All right, now we're going to pull out 24-315 and 24-319. The rest will be a consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Gofredo?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Okay, 24-315, Councilman Pignatelli, lanternflies.
Yes, Mr. Coons, what are we going to do with that money?
Yes, that program is being run through the Shade Tree Commission.
Okay.
And it is to control the spotted lanternfly population through, chemical treatment, removal of tree of heaven, which is, part of their habitat. So a final plan is being worked up. I know, so there was a 2-year cycle, you have 2 years to utilize the funding. And I know this year they said that it just did not seem as bad as it was in prior years. So they were going to hold off and, utilize and implement the program next year.
Thank you.
Okay. 24-319, Councilman Talamini.
Are we gonna do a motion?
You want to do it, you want to, okay.
Do it.
We have a motion to approve 24-315.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Roll call.
Councilwoman Gofredo?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes,
24-319, Councilman Talamini, purchase new bucket truck.
Just the truck, just mostly because I like talking about trucks, but,
You want the old one?
is it, I mean, like, it's, what's going on? Is it, the other one is
20 years old.
Yeah, it's 20, probably 20 plus. I wasn't sure of the exact age when I was writing the report. I believe we even may have purchased it secondhand when we acquired it. And it just reached that age where it's starting to need more repairs and, needed to be replaced. So it was on the replacement schedule. You funded it earlier this year in the capital program. And this is just authorizing the contract for the purchase.
and we use this truck for like putting up the decorations and stuff like that?
Decorations, tree work, and the like, yeah. If you're interested in buying the old one,
for electrical work. Better buy.
I just sold mine. That was it then. So I moved to move 319.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Gofredo?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes.
And Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
All right, we have no ordinance today under work session. We have amend road opening ordinance. I see we have our engineer here. We have Mr. Coons. Who would like to take this? Mr. Coons?
I can start.
Go ahead.
So as you know, PSE&G has been doing a lot of work in town over the last couple of years, and sort of going through the road opening process for them when they needed to pull permits. Caused us to sort of take a look at what our current procedures and requirements are and start having some conversations with other entities about how they do things. And the language in the code is very old. The amount of attention given to road openings in particular is very scant. So we got a couple of model ordinances from other jurisdictions, really like what we saw with Franklin Lakes. We also looked at Bergen counties, and we put together a draft that would update the current code to specifically include a section on road openings. It goes into more detail regarding the procedures, the payments that are required, the length of time for compaction before final paving, and various items like that. So we think that this is a much stronger provision that probably better protects us going forward. And John, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Only that we sat down with Oakland DPW, so it was a collaborative effort.
Yes.
They came to the table with things that they had complaints on over the years, so we made sure that we captured it in this ordinance. I really have nothing else to add, other than the model ordinances were the County of Bergen and Franklin Lakes, which I consider to be pretty strict ordinances.
Yeah, this really came to light when we were dealing with the Lennar property, when they were opening up McCoy Road, and we had several questions. Even I had several questions to the engineer of Franklin Lakes about paving and road opening permits, and that was really the driver, working with Mr. Yukemic, to really revisit this because of the amount of work that was being done up there. So I guess you two...
Yeah, it needed it.
Yeah. Anybody else, any members of the council have any questions on this? No?
Okay, we'll bring it forth for introduction at the next meeting.
Okay, very good. Mr. Coons, amend code for Hometown Heroes Banner Program.
Yeah, very simply, you previously authorized that program and sort of on the dais authorized the fee. Like we do with all fees, it should be contained in the Borough Code. So this would just be an ordinance to establish a fee pursuant to ordinance for the Hometown Hero Banner Program. Very straightforward.
Okay. Good. Last one, amend code for Bush Plaza signs. Mr. Cruz.
Right, this is also a cleanup item with the development of Bush Plaza Park. And the desire was to no longer utilize that site for banners to be used by nonprofits to advertise their events, as we've done in the past, given the look of the park and sort of space issues. So this ordinance simply deletes section 596304, which was the provision that allowed the signs to be there upon governing body approval.
Anybody else have any questions, comments? Nope. All right, moving on to committee liaison reports. Let's start with...
Mayor, I think we have an item for new business.
Oh, it's right, new business. New business?
Yes, new business. So in recreation, we're looking to start a new program for high school aged lacrosse players. And so we need to just get the ball rolling because they want to start the registration, and it's going to be in the spring, so we have to do it now. So we need some kind of motion to do something.
Yeah, again, just so that there's some sort of official action there so that we can charge the appropriate fee when the registrations start, maybe as soon as tomorrow. They want to stand up the program by the beginning of December. The fee would be $108 plus a $12 capital fee for a total of $120. We'll include this, and you're going to be shortly seeing a rec fee ordinance come before you in December. It'll be included in that. Really just need sort of a motion here so that Recreation can start the registration process.
I make a motion, we get the ball rolling for lacrosse, for the lacrosse program this summer.
I second it.
Do we need is this a roll call or is that?
All in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well done, Mr. Talmini.
Thank you.
Mayor, I have just a quick item on
Yes,
it. It's
Councilman
kind of
McCann.
old business, new
Yeah.
business. We, last meeting I was at, talked about doing a study in the town on our traffic patterns, particularly as it relates to trucks. And John, have you dealt with that at all? Or?
Mic on.
Sorry.
Yes, Rich and I have had a meeting with, there's a firm that does provide that data. And what they do is they basically take the ping data from cell phones, and which is granular, and they're able to present it very amazingly to show over a period of time what trucks travel on what roads where. And they could bring it down to local roads, our interstate highway, our county roads, etc. However, of course, there's a fee associated with it. And so we're doing further discussions on it. We're trying to, have a package that fits Oakland correctly. And Rich, maybe you want to chime in on this, that anything else that comes to mind, but we're in discussions with this service.
I got to tell you, the presentation that the company gave, through Street, I'm trying to remember the name.
Streetlight.
Streetlight, thank you. I don't know, like Streetwise, Street something. Was really very impressive about just sort of harvesting big data and being able to use that instead of sort of the old method of having an intern out there with a clipboard and doing that sort of a thing. And some of the graphical interfaces and report customization was really very sort of exciting if you're into that sort of a thing. But I think then we have to get into what's the cost of that for us? That's where we are right now in trying to figure that out.
Okay. One other matter for discussion, new business. Oakland has received our numbers as it relates to our affordable housing obligation for moderate and low-income housing. In the past, I've found that the public generally doesn't understand these issues as a whole, not every member of the public, of course. And one of the things that we have the opportunity to do as a mayor and council is to start to publicize and educate the public on what affordable housing means in New Jersey under the new ruling, what Oakland's obligations are under our new mandate, and educate the public as to these points. And I think that just for discussion purposes, we should be including some sort of monthly newsletter that we do. We have a newsletter, but we should start including these discussion articles as it relates to explaining to the public what it is, not just Oakland, but the region is up against. But, obviously, it involves, potential development in a community like ours, as it relates to some of, we even have, the streetscape project going on. And I think it's vital that rather than wait until we get hit with a project proposal or a lawsuit in a year or two or less, that we explain to the public repeatedly in our newsletter every month what this is about. Because I think the more you educate the public about this, and I think you'll find even some council members need to be educated on this, it would help the community understand what it is, some of the decision-making that we have to go through, as our neighbors will be asking us this as we visit ShopRite or any other stores. It's going to become a big issue in every community, especially in Bergen. So I just want to throw that out for discussion purposes. If anyone wants to chime in, please feel free.
I mean, Councilman, I know that, Mr. Cruz, aren't we doing the vacant land adjustment right now with the process and getting our numbers together for this year?
Carolyn has been engaged to undertake that review process of the numbers and the vacant land adjustment and all that. She's working on that now. Yeah.
All right.
Because just as a reminder, and I think to John's point about that education, you have a decision to make coming up in fairly short order, because whether we decide to accept the state's number or provide an alternative analysis with a different number, you need to certify as to an amount that you're going to accept no later than January 31st of next year.
Right.
Right. And I believe the next deadline is, what is it, December 15th? What's the next deadline we're up against, Rich?
That may be at the end of January.
End of January? Okay.
So that's the type of discussion point I want to include into our newsletter. And that means we have to increase the newsletter's frequency. I don't know what it is right now, but if we increase it to once a month, even if it's just on one of these points, that's a classic example that we need to repeatedly explain. And we should probably consider adding a page on our website to explain this as well. And just talk about it to our neighbors in the street and just explain what's going on, because these types of decisions are not, easy decisions to make. They're not obvious choices. This is a good decision, this is a bad decision. These types of decisions tend to be, for mayors and councils, the lesser of evils that you have to choose from. And we may even want to talk about, Mayor, putting together a committee of people not elected that could help us in in this endeavor in terms of bringing the public along in the process.
Yeah.
Councilman McCann, I agree. I might be one of those council persons that doesn't understand this completely. But the thing that came to my mind, we talk about sewering the downtown area. That, yeah, it's a good idea, and I'm in favor of it. But just to let the public know that by sewering our downtown area, the property behind the hardware store now could be multifamily dwellings.
Right.
The property on West Oakland Ave could become. The property down behind the tire place could become. So it's a kind of, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay, so
right.
Yes, we do want sewers and will be an improvement, but then right now we have a defense that we can't do it because we don't have sewers.
Pat, this is the type of discussion that we need to have openly. In my experience in communities where they get in trouble is when there's private meetings, that are held that are sometimes misinterpreted as not being transparent and so forth. We would have an obligation as a council, as a governing body, to meet with any potential development of any property in Oakland. But particularly, I think that type of talking point should be made in the public. And again, these are not easy decisions.
No.
So.
That's why I say it's a double-edged sword.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, and, you know, there's different ways we can, after we engage the public with an education campaign about it, we can even gauge their level of concern and interest, as if we could send out postcards, you know, in the spring or something to that effect, to see what the public is on that. But we need to address this, I think, as a community as a whole, as opposed to just, you know, us elected officials and a planning board and zoning board, et cetera. You know, we need to be open and transparent about
Yes, absolutely.
these problems.
Councilman, can you just expand a little bit about your thoughts behind creating a committee of members of the public? Just explain your vision a little bit on that. How do you see that playing out?
Well, I just throw that out as a possible thing, nothing that we need to do.
Right.
But my recommendation would be to take people, again, getting volunteers, quality volunteers is very difficult for governments these days. But again, this is the type of problem where every homeowner has a stake in these decisions. So I would look to any, you know, homeowners associations that may exist, or homeowner groups that currently exist in town. I would talk to certainly other civic leaders in the community and ask them to participate, and work these decisions and work these problems through, and working with our planner, because our planner will be very important here. She's already been before us. She
Yes.
gave an excellent presentation.
Yes.
Our assumption is that everyone saw that and everyone understands it. We need to rebroadcast that presentation. We need to readdress, we need to constantly reinforce these points. And I think by having a committee of citizens, how many that could be? It could be 5, could be 20, that goes through the same process that we're going through as a governing body, adds to the community's level of participation in these decisions.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman.
Welcome.
Anybody else have anything to comment on that?
No.
All right, does anybody else have any new business? That's it? Does anybody have any old business? Okay. Moving on to liaison reports. Councilwoman?
Me? I'm
Yes.
sorry. So the Shade Tree met this month. Nothing to report other than they really need volunteers, and this is a great group that's really doing a lot of work, and they really need more help. So I encourage anybody to fill out that citizen leadership form and give it a try. OCC met this month. It's another great group who needs volunteers, and you know, they have a lot of different programs within, and Access for All did not meet. They canceled their meeting, and so that's all I have to report. But I just want to take a second to say thank you to Pat for his service to our country. I hope you had a nice Veterans Day. And that's it.
Councilman Soslinski?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a quick update for tonight from the library. The weekly regularly scheduled events continue, which include Jiggly Wiggly this Friday at 11 a.m. Registration is required, as well as children's yoga on Saturday, November 16th and 23rd. They will also have an art reception on Saturday at 1 p.m. For their artist, Francis Di Bartolo, exhibiting upstairs at the library stage. All are welcome. On Tuesday, November 19th at 6:30 p.m., the Bergen County SHIP Medicare counseling program will be at the OPL to help unravel some of the confusion surrounding Medicare open enrollment. Register online or by calling the library. On Thursday, November 21st, they will host a small business resource forum hosted by the U.S. Small Business Administration. And just an early reminder, the library will be closed on November 28th and the 29th for Thanksgiving, but are open again on Saturday, November 30th and Sunday, December 1st. And that's all I have for tonight.
Councilman?
Mayor, we've begun negotiations with the PBA, and I think we have another meeting scheduled
This Friday.
this Friday. we'll see how that goes. I know that we're in negotiations with the white collar union as well now, and so that's what's going on from that perspective. I want to congratulate the two candidates, Steve Saliani and Carol Ann, for their victory in the campaign. And I want to congratulate Linda Schwager, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on Miss Levy for, again, running to represent the community on behalf of their party. I also want to throw out my condolences to John Ukimick. John lost a parent. If you don't know, I'll let him speak to that if he wishes, but my sincere condolences, John. It's not easy.
Thank you.
As we get to the age where life starts taking things from us as opposed to giving. So my sincere condolences.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilman Pignatelli?
No report this evening. I plan to get back into my liaison meetings. I was absent from some of them due to my medical problem, which is being extended, thank goodness to the insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, canceling my procedure. But anyway, I hope to get back to the next meetings of the Board of Health. I did attend the Environmental Commission meeting last week, and we again spoke about invasive species and getting that ordinance to Mr. Coons. I don't know if they've finished that yet. I don't think they did. But they did speak about the invasive species ordinance. They also spoke about the open space purchase, that recommendation that they're making to us, and I'll be making a report back to them at their next meeting. And that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Talamini?
Yes. So just once again, I want to say to all the veterans out there, thank you for your service. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here doing this. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then also, I'd like to say congratulations to Councilman Saliani and Councilwoman-elect Carol Ann Rose. Thank you for putting your names forward and doing this, and also thank you to everyone that participated in the election process, including former Mayor Schwager and Andrea Levy. It's tough putting your name out there and having
a lot of work,
and having people point fingers at you and accuse you of things, and just getting out there and doing the work. This is something that's very near and dear to my heart, my family, and I've always been involved in this process. And anyone that takes the time to be a part of it, I truly appreciate. And then the recreation, as we said earlier, there's new lacrosse program for high school age students. It'll be on the website. You just check the Oakland website, and you can join that. It's for high school age students, and it's just another addition to the Oakland recreation. Baseball and softball signups are beginning on December 1st. We're doing it a little earlier so we could make sure that everyone has the right uniforms and equipment that is necessary. So we're starting a little earlier with the signups for softball and baseball. The junior football team will be playing in the Super Bowl this Sunday, 4 o'clock at Indian Hills High School. That's always very exciting to watch the junior football games. And then also just a shout out to the Indian Hills High School girls soccer team who play for the state championship this Thursday. I believe it's in Kittatinny. It's kind of far, but and then tonight the boys are playing in the sectional finals. I think it is semifinals, and that's why Councilman Saliani's not here. He's a coach on the team, and so it's kind of exciting that the local high school has two very good soccer teams on their way to becoming state champs, hopefully. So let's give a big shout out to them, and that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bob?
Mayor, thank you for recognizing me, and I just wanted to thank the Oakland Fire Department for providing the vehicle during my dad's funeral. My dad was a 67-year veteran of the Garfield Fire Department, and it was very special to see the borough's special firefighting apparatus carry my dad's casket through the streets of Garfield and to his final resting place at George Washington Park. So again, thank you to the Oakland Fire Department. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to bills to be paid. Councilwoman?
Total bills to be paid, $220,122.09. So moved.
Do I-
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Gofredo?
Yes.
Councilman McCann?
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli?
Yes.
Councilman Slasinski?
Yes?
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next Borough Council meeting will be held Tuesday, November 26, 2024, here at 7 p.m. at the council chambers. Meeting adjourned. Have a good night, everybody.
67 years?